real quick. Iowa State, like their wrestle-offs are posted, and I thought it was really interesting that
Iowa State,
Kyson
Jamie.
Kyson is wrestling off at 133, not 125. Tarakina is so that was really surprising because everybody assumed that he was going to be at 125. So he's up at 133 doing the wrestle off. A lot of the main guys don't have to, but I saw Evan Bachman is in fact down at 184, which we called here on this show early on, right when Christian Carroll got sent over there to 197. We called it because Evan Bachman's been a 197 pounder his whole career. He's down at 184 wrestling off. So that's interesting as well. And then also with Ohio State, what did I get there for Ohio State? Here we go.
Now Ohio State, Jamie.
Oh yeah.
You gotta listen and you gotta be savvy. You gotta be like going. Jamie we're still working with Jamie, folks.
She's like,
still in a training program.
Okay, here we go.
13 week.
I'm sorry.
So Brandon at 125, Brandon McCrone and Vincent Kilkeary will be wrestling off. They will be wrestling off, but they'll also be entering early tournaments in the same weight class to kind of see who gets that spot. 165 is going to be a battle between Sammy Sasso and Bryce Hepner. And also Carson Karchla is supposedly trying to make his way back down to 165, which sounds like that means redshirting Rocco Welsh doesn't seem to be an option right now. They're going to stay with the hot hand at 174.
Okay. Also, I read on Twitter confirmation Sasso is coming back, so we talked about that.
That's cool. So, yeah, one of these guys is going to be SOL, either Hepner, Sasso, or Karchla.
And ain't going to be Sasso.
So, looking at that, also a couple other small things. Columbia, the EIWA champion, Izerov, who beat Foca a few times last year, but then he got teched by Foca in NCAAs. He's actually going to take a gap year this year and wrestle for Israel's national team. He's wrestling for them at U23 Worlds, so he's not going to be there this year. He had a really good year last year. And Brevin Casella from Binghamton, who we originally had ranked at 165, is actually moving up to 174. And Jackson Smith from Maryland, who we had ranked at 184, is moving up to 197.
Okay.
And let's see here, just a couple
so
more.
We'll be rolling out weekly updates on these rankings. Obviously, right now, as Kevin's kind of talking through this, there's a lot of moving pieces, dude. There's wrestle-offs that are happening. Our rankings as of this minute are by our best assumptions up to this minute with our resources collaborated into that.
Yeah,
but Kevin,
these updates will be put in. Cleveland Belton from Oklahoma. He wrestled at Arizona State and Oregon State. He's moving down to 133 from 141. So that was interesting. And then the last thing I'll say is Eli Griffin, who is a 125, who's 125 pounder last year. He actually lost to Stanek in the Midlands finals in a tiebreaker. He's moving up to 141 supposedly from 125. So he's moving up 2 weight classes. And speaking of, this is at 157 for South Dakota State. Cal Swenson is injured pretty badly, so he's not going to be starting. But your boy from Iowa, Kobe, there is going to be Seabrook is going to be getting the starting job at 157.
Yeah.
And there's also a possibility that Caleb Fish goes 157 this year for Oklahoma State.
Okay. All right.
So in wrestles off Teague Travis.
All right.
And last thing, Cardenas might take a red shirt for Stanford at 157.
Kevin has insiders, dude.
We've heard.
Give him a round of applause. Kevin is working insider sources there for instant literally up to the day. Kevin, touche to you, man. I don't know if I use touche right there. Kevin loves when I use
you mean to
touche
say
right.
kudos.
Kudos.
Touche means like if you say something and then I say
That's
something.
why I always
like
keep
a good
saying
comeback,
it because I say it wrong.
touche.
And That's kind of
It
our
drives
motto.
me
on
nuts, but I don't.